Steve Evans, how's your week been?
You're busy. Busy with your chairman, of course, busy with Leon, busy making plans for being back at it now and getting ready for Barrow. And then, of course, we get into planning for a massive season ahead. And as we all know what happens in football, yesterday is gone and tomorrow's important.
How have the players been? How have they dealt with this last week? It must be very difficult for them.
Yeah, it's been, I think they've deserved every minute, since they come together last summer. And I've said it many times in the last 2 or 3 weeks, they're the heroes of this promotion, no one else. They're the lads that have gone out and delivered it. You can still see on my board there 60-61 they were to get automatic promotion and the warmest favourites in modern times for relegation. So they've proven all them wrong, all the other pundits and the know-alls, and credit to them, they've been incredible. So I really hope they've enjoyed the week.
Is that the kind of figure that you use in your team talks to the players during the course of the season? Just look at what people thought of us at the start of the season.
Yeah, we used it at the start of the season, in fairness, Steve. We spoke many times to say that this is what people think of us as a group. So can we get it right for ourselves? But in the same token, when you do that, you make a little point, don't you? You don't talk about making points, you prove the point, and they've done that. So every one of them has played a part, whether it be 5 games, whether it be like Sweeney and Biaggiani, who have got like nearly 60 games. It's everyone plays an equal part here, from the players to the ground staff to the media to everyone.
You've been rewarded as well, Manager of the Month. That's a nice accolade to have.
Well, I think if you're involved in a fight for automatic promotion and you get Manager of the Month for the last month of the season, I think that's a great time to get it, isn't it? Mm. And I think there's some managers that probably think that if they'd have got it, they'd be where we are. So, but again, I received that award on behalf of the dressing room and my staff. I've got fantastic staff and fantastic support from above. So I received the award on behalf of the chairman, the board and everyone down.
Lovely to see last week the players out celebrating with the fans as well. You don't often see that these days.
No, I think you must never. For me, you must never forget that the true owners of a football club are the supporters. The lifeblood is supporters. Now we all know that it belongs wholly and equally to Phil Wallace, but I think our chairman is the first to say, without the support of the supporters that come through the turnstiles and support their football club, then it's not. So the boys always had it planned that if we could win promotion at the Lamex. I don't think the football club's done that in modern times. But if they could win it at the Lamex, they were going out within the town, and it was brilliant. Some of the footage and the videos I'm still seeing for the first time. I'll be having a word with 1 or 2 of them this morning, and but it's fantastic supporters as well who live and breathe the football club. Been through some dark times for the last 5 or 6 seasons, and watching other clubs in their leagues celebrate promotions, etc. It's brilliant to be in Hertfordshire and enjoy the celebrations.
Moving on to the game, 1 game left. It's probably a game that nobody really wants to travel or the actual game itself now, because there's nothing to play for. How do you go about preparing for it?
Well, I think if somebody said to me on a bank holiday weekend, you go into the Lake District, you tick the box, wouldn't you? But no, listen, we always knew it was Barrow away on the last day. We always knew unless you're in the playoff campaign afterwards, then you're going there with. I thought we'd be going there still having to get points to be promoted or fight still for promotion. So it's nice that Barrow can't go anywhere in the table. They can only stay in the position they're in. And what a job Pete Ward's done. He's been an incredible young manager for them, and I'm sure he'll manage a lot higher. He's done a brilliant job at Barrow. But it's always a great place to go and play football. It's out in its own a bit. The people in the town and around that area in Cumbria support their team massively, and there'll be a real good support from them on Saturday. But we'll go there and we'll try and be competitive and win a game, and that'll see, as far as we're concerned, it'll see the season finished in terms of being on the pitch.
You kind of alluded to it last week, that if last weekend went well and how you wanted it to, that there might be some youngsters added to the squad?
Yeah, there'll be 3 youngsters that will travel with the group. Whether they get any minutes on the pitch, we'll see. What I do know is we have certain regulations that we have to fulfil under EFL guidelines after what went on in previous years. So we have to have a certain amount of players on the starting lineup and then on the team sheet. So, but there'll certainly be 3 young players making the journey, and one will be obviously McKees, as we know, McKees Evans, and 2 others will make the journey.
How is the squad looking?
Yeah, good. We won't rush anyone back that's been out injured. We probably could have eared towards having Josh March involved, or maybe even Terence at a push. But so we don't have to push anyone. We have to just get Monday out of the way, go and compete, try and win a match. If we win a match, we finish second in the table. I think we are the second best team over the season. Tables don't lie, of course. Leyton Orient be number 1. But we'll try to go there and get 3 points, because we still know that we'll have a number of supporters making the journey up there that will spend hard-earned money to get there. So the least we want to do is be competitive for them. Like we've been in every game this season.
A lot of people have been asking, how's Michael Boswick?
Yeah, Michael he's fine. He had a broken nose and a broken rib, 2 broken ribs, I think. But as I said, I used the quote last week, and it's true. Don't break the door down with a jammer. Just get Carl Potter Johnny to help you, just bang it in. And I'm sure there would be more damage to a big mallet than there would to be Carl's head. So he took full force. But Michael's he's a true warrior, and he's bounced and he's want to be in the team, etc. He's a proper leader of men, Michael is, and the person that did it is the best leader of men I've known in many years, and Carl Pajani.
You touched upon it. I mean, obviously get the game out of the way, and then you've got to start looking at next season. When do you start talking to the players? We
go on a fitness assessment trip next week for a few days. So we'll come back from that, and then we'll be very quickly into a meeting. So the week after next will be very quickly. I'll present my thoughts to our chairman after Barrow. Wouldn't be fair to do it before Barrow. So by next midweek, I'll certainly have presented my thoughts to the chairman and go through them with Leon and the board, and then hopefully I get the tick in the box to go ahead with the individual player meetings that every manager has. And then we'll go from there. But planning for next season in respect of recruitment and different things already well underway. It was underway on Sunday.
I was going to say that's a blessing, really, isn't it? You haven't got the playoffs to worry about, so you know where you're going to be next season. Makes life a little bit easier.
Well, it's going to be nice sat in the nice comfy seats at Wembley watching the playoffs and letting other people have the pressure. But I've never hidden. If you could pick away under EFL guidelines, rules to win promotion, it's Wembley playoffs. That's the way to win promotion. If you're not guaranteed it, there's no guarantees in life, never mind football. So the good thing is, as our chairman says, we can be promoted. We can be relaxed and focused at our approach for next season. But listen, last Sunday I already had the chairman on, not only buzzing with excitement and congratulations, but also just reminding us it's time we go to work, and there's no time but the present.
We've got to talk about the Stevenage fans. I think they're going to be travelling in pretty decent numbers up to Barrow for a game that they don't need to, really.
No, they don't, but they've been incredible. They've had such a wonderful season. I think we opened the campaign with 14 victories out of the first 17 in different competitions. We played some wonderful football. We had a wobble, which I think Leyton Orient had one slightly before us, but we had one. But they came through it. They came through it with flying colours, and so they gave our supporters some wonderful days. Who can forget as far back as the Carabao Cup win over Peterborough last minute? We Reedy, and who can forget Villa and Aston Villa and things like that. So we've had a season that every person involved at this football club, from players to staff to supporters to everyone, will look back on forever.